$1 million used to sound like automatic retirement. But if you were 60 years old today and asking, can I retire with $1 million? The honest answer is maybe. And I know that that is not the simple answer most people want, but the real question is not whether $1 million sounds like a lot of money. The real question is whether it can support your lifestyle, your spending, your healthcare, your taxes, your investments, your social security strategy, and your purpose. Two people can both retire at 60 with $1 million and have completely different outcomes. One may be financially secure. The other may run into problems within just a few years. So today, we're going to walk through the key questions you need to answer before retiring at 60 with $1 million. I'm Josh Duncan, partnered at F5 Financial Planning, where we take a fiduciary approach to maximizing our clients' wealth. By the end of this video, you will understand why the number matters, but the plan matters even more. Let's start here. $1 million is not a retirement plan. It's a number. And that number means very different things depending on your lifestyle. Retiring at 60 could mean funding 30 years or more of retirement. Medicare does not begin until age 65. Social Security can start as early as age 62, but with trade-offs. Inflation will continue, taxes still matter, and markets do not always cooperate when you need them to. That is why $1 million may be enough for one household and not enough for another. The question is not, is $1 million enough? The better question is, what does this money need to do for me? Let's discuss 5 factors to consider when building your retirement plan. The first factor is spending. This is the biggest driver of whether $1 million will work. If you need $40,000 per year from your portfolio, that may be manageable. Oh yeah, that $40,000 includes taxes. If you need $60,000 per year, it may still be possible, but the plan carries a higher risk of running out of money. If you need $80,000 or more from the portfolio every year, that becomes highly unlikely, especially since you are retiring before Medicare and before Social Security. And notice I said from the portfolio. That is not the same as total spending. If your lifestyle costs $70,000 per year, but Social Security eventually covers $35,000 of that, your portfolio has a very different job than if it has to cover the full $70,000 forever. So before asking, can I retire with $1 million? Ask this, how much does my lifestyle actually cost after taxes? Including housing, food, travel, insurance, healthcare, gifts, home repair, car replacements, and the expenses that do not happen every month, but absolutely happen over time. A retirement plan based on underestimated spending is usually a fragile plan. The second factor is income. As I mentioned earlier, your portfolio is only one part of your retirement paycheck. $1 million plus Social Security is very different from $1 million alone. $1 million plus a pension is different from $1 million with no guaranteed income. So ask yourself, will I receive Social Security? When will I claim it? Do I have a pension? Will my spouse keep working? Could I do part-time consulting? Do I have a rental income? Do I have cash reserves? The more reliable income you have outside your portfolio, the less pressure on your investments. For example, if you need $70,000 per year and Social Security eventually provides $35,000, your portfolio only needs to fill the gap of $35,000. But from age 60 to 67, before Social Security begins, your portfolio may need to do most of the work. That early retirement bridge is where many plans are tested. The third factor is healthcare. This is one of the biggest issues for people retiring at 60. For many early retirees, the question is not just, can I afford to stop working? It's, can I afford to stop working before Medicare? Medicare begins at age 65. If you retire at 60, you need a plan for 5 years of health insurance. Your options may include a spouse's employer plan, COBRA, an Affordable Care Act marketplace plan, private insurance, or a health share plan. But you need to understand the cost. Premiums, deductibles, prescriptions, and out-of-pocket costs can materially change the retirement math. And healthcare also connects to taxes. If you use an Affordable Care Act marketplace plan, your income may affect your premium subsidies. That means your withdrawal strategy matters. Taking money from a traditional IRA may increase taxable income. Roth withdrawals may provide more flexibility. Taxable brokerage accounts give you more control. Before retiring at 60, know exactly how you will pay for healthcare until Medicare begins. The fourth factor is taxes and account location. $1 million in a traditional 401k is not the same as $1 million in a Roth IRA. Why? Because the IRS still has a claim on some of the money in a pre-tax account. If most of your savings are in a traditional IRA or pre-tax 401k, withdrawals are generally taxable. That can affect your tax bill, Social Security taxation later, Medicare premiums later, and even healthcare subsidies before Medicare. But if your $1 million is spread across traditional retirement accounts, Roth accounts, taxable brokerage accounts, and cash, you have more flexibility. Tax flexibility creates retirement flexibility. The years after retirement, but before Social Security and required minimum distributions, may also create planning opportunities such as Roth conversions. That does not mean Roth conversions are always right, but they are worth analyzing. The key point is simple. Do not just ask how much you have, ask what type of money you have. And the fifth factor is investment volatility, specifically sequence of returns risk. That simply means the order of your investment returns matter. If the market drops early in retirement while you are taking withdrawals, the damage can be much harder to recover from. This does not mean you should avoid stocks completely. If you retire at 60, your money needs to last 30 years or more. You still need growth to help fight inflation, but relying only on equity investments in a bear market during the first 5 years of retirement is risky. You need a 2 to 3 year cash reserve to rely on to allow your equities to start recovering. The goal is to match your investments to your withdrawal needs. You need enough growth for the long term and enough stability for the near term. You do not just need a good average return. You need a plan for bad timing. Before retiring at 60 with $1 million, answer these questions. How much do I need to spend each year? How much will come from Social Security, pensions, or other income? How will I pay for healthcare until Medicare? Which accounts will I withdraw from first? How much tax will I owe? What happens if the market drops in year 1 through year 5? And what am I retiring to, not just from? That last question matters. Retirement is not just a math problem, it's a life design decision. Work often provides structure, identity, relationships, and purpose. When work stops, you need to know what you are stepping into. The goal is not just to retire from something, the goal is to retire to something meaningful. Let's say a couple retires at 60 with $1 million. They need $70,000 per year for expenses and taxes. They have little debt. They plan to claim Social Security at 67. They need health insurance until Medicare begins at 65. And they have a mix of IRA money, Roth money, taxable investments, and cash. The hardest years will not be age 75 or 80. The hardest years will be 60 to 67. Why? Because during those years, they won't have Medicare yet. They are not planning to start Social Security yet, and their portfolio will need to cover most of their lifestyle. The reality is that a 7% withdrawal rate for 7 years is extremely risky, and they likely need to modify their plan. Some options are to work longer, spend less, modify their Social Security strategy, or pick up a part-time job. This is where running Monte Carlo analysis can be helpful when building your retirement plan. $1 million may be enough if your spending is modest, your housing costs are low, your debt is minimal, and Social Security will eventually cover a meaningful part of your income needs. It may be enough if healthcare is planned for, your portfolio is invested wisely, and you have tax flexibility. It may also be enough if you are clear on what matters most and are retiring to a life of purpose, not just away from a job. On the other hand, $1 million may not be enough if spending is high. Debt payments are large. Healthcare costs are unknown. All savings are pre-tax. There is no cash reserve, or the investment strategy does not match the withdrawal plan. It may also be a problem if you are likely to panic during market downturns, or if you are retiring mainly because you're burned out without a plan for what comes next. The danger is not retiring with $1 million. The danger is retiring with $1 million and no strategy. So, can you retire at 60 with $1 million? Maybe. But the better question is, can your money support the life you plan to live? That means looking at spending, income, healthcare, taxes, investments, and purpose together, not separately. Before you retire, know what your lifestyle costs, know how your Social Security fits, know how you will pay for healthcare, know which accounts you will use first. Know what happens if the market drops, and know what you are retiring to. At F5 Financial Planning, we believe retirement planning is not just about having enough money to stop working. It is about using your wealth to create freedom, purpose, and personal significance. Thanks for joining me today. If you would like to learn more about how F5 Financial Planning helps our clients achieve financial freedom for personal significance, please visit our website at www.f5fp.com.